Hey everybody, Mr. Vicious here, and happy Seahawks Sunday, but more importantly, happy Survivor Series Sunday, man. And as the title says, this is going to be a prediction video. Starting off, we have a Cruiserweight Championship match between Brian Kendrick, the Brian Kendrick, and Kalisto. Kalisto for SmackDown, Brian Kendrick for Raw. And they're going to be going head-to-head, and if Kalisto wins, SmackDown gets the title and the division. This is the Cruiserweight division. Personally, I think Kalisto is gonna win. I don't necessarily like Brian Kendrick. I didn't really like him when he had his first run with the WWE, but you know, there's got to be fans out there for something. And the Cruiserweight show, the 205 Live, I believe that's the name. It's being said it's going to be recorded on Tuesdays, and it wouldn't make any sense to it wouldn't really make any sense to have the cruiserweights recording stuff on Tuesdays, but then having to be at Raw on Monday. So it would make sense for Kalisto and SmackDown to win. Moving on, we have the IC Championship match between The Miz and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn for Raw, Miz for SmackDown. And since I believe the Cruiserweights are going to be making the Raw the move to SmackDown, this is the most likely title that's going to be going to Raw as like a exchange type deal. You know, Daniel Bryan has actually said that he wanted to trade The Miz, which tells me that Zayn will win. But Miz just won the title from Ziggler, and it's kind of too short. I don't know. I really don't have anything to say about this match other than Sami Zayn wins. You know, just easy as that. So it is currently one for SmackDown, one for Raw. And then next we got the traditional tag team Survivor Series match, the 10-on-10 between Raw and SmackDown. Slater, Rhino, American Alpha, Hype Bros, the Usos, and Breezango for SmackDown versus New Day, The Club, Enzo and Cass, Shining Stars, Sheamus, and Cesaro. You know, I think personally they're just throwing feuds to the side because I mean, if you remember about maybe a month and a half ago when they were having the tag tournament, the SmackDown tag tournament. The Usos actually, I forgot which one, but one of them was holding Gable, and the other like super kicked him in like the leg, trying to end his fucking career, you know. So, and it kind of just makes it seem that they're just throwing it to the side because they had Gable holding down the top rope while the Usos did a suicide dive over it. So I don't know. I really don't like last match. I don't really have too much to say about this match other than they both have their good and their bad members for their teams. You know, just like how everything has their pros and cons. However, the New Day has lost a lot of heat in the last couple weeks, and they are destined to be the longest reigning tag team champs of all time. And so, excuse me, I personally think that Raw is going to win with the New Day being sole survivors. Then we got the Women's Survivor Series match between Raw and SmackDown. Nikki Bella, Becky Lynch, Carmella, Alexa Bliss, and Naomi for Team SmackDown versus Charlotte, Sasha Banks, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, and Bayley for Raw. Both of these matches so far, they were kind of built the same way, you know. Both the tag match and then the women's match, because they have members on the teams that butt heads, but they were like, oh, you're not my leader, you're not my coach, you're not my this, and they like attacked each other on other shows. I mean, I find that was a cliche, cheap way to book going into Survivor Series. I don't know. And what the hell is Bayley being booked as a heel for? That's weird. You know, is she being booked as a heel, or is it just brand loyalty? She's just fighting for the red, you know? I don't know, and I'm not knocking Becky Lynch, but you can clearly see that the WWE is more keen on giving the push to Banks and Charlotte for this women's revolution type deal, and plus Charlotte's on about I think 18 or 19 pay-per-view streak. I don't know. It's a real high number. And Raw is going to be winning this match. And I think it's a long shot. But the 4 horsewomen, so that's Bayley, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Charlotte, will have some sort of spot in the match. Or, dare I say, the last 4 women of the match. Next, we got the traditional 5-on-5 men's Survivor Series match between Raw and SmackDown. So you got AJ Styles, Dean Ambrose, Bray Wyatt, Randy Orton, Shane McMahon for SmackDown versus Kevin Owens, Chris Jericho, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Braun Strowman for Raw. Oh, and there's a little side note. James Ellsworth, No Chin Music himself, is the mascot for Team SmackDown. There was just too many storylines they can do in this match. I don't know if it's just going to be like a spot fest. Everybody gets their spot, or what? Because, you know, you can have Braun Strowman allying again with Bray Wyatt and have them attack Randy Orton or something. You can have a rehashing of the Shield versus Wyatt feud from, I believe it was 2013. I don't know. I think it was 13 or 14. You can have the most likely option on this list, no pun intended, and that's a team of Jericho, or what I like to call them, Y2KO, imploding. They just turn on each other, and Chris Jericho costs something for Kevin Owens. Or you got James Ellsworth costing SmackDown elimination. You know, most likely candidate is probably Dean Ambrose, just because Ellsworth has kind of been shadowing him the last couple weeks. So I don't know. And then could Undertaker actually be getting involved in this match? Because on SmackDown, when he showed up, he gave props to Shane McMahon and Team SmackDown. And he pointed at him and did all this other stuff. And I have a feeling the Undertaker could make an appearance at Survivor Series. However, unfortunately, the Raw team does have more star power. History repeats itself. Raw wins. SmackDown wins. Wow, I wrote that wrong. SmackDown wins, but Raw won the other 2, and the WWE is not going to have a clean sweep. That's just not how they work. And then, final match of the night, it's the Fantasy Warfare match, or as I like to call it, the world's most expensive video game commercial between Brock Lesnar and Goldberg. Growing up, I was a huge Goldberg fan. I didn't care what people said about the WrestleMania 20 match. I wasn't hearing it. I was just mind blown in shock and awe by this man. And the only thing I can think of this match happening is a Brawl for All 2.0 type deal. They're just going to come out and fucking bang, man. They're going to come out swinging for the fences and hard-hitting match. Probably a couple elbows, couple spears, couple suplexes, you know, couple F5s, couple jackhammers. It's all going to go down. There's actually a couple ways to go about the ending to this match. You can have Lesnar win, and they could have a rubber match, because Goldberg got the win at WrestleMania 20. You can have Goldberg wins clean. Goldberg wins with help, like Undertaker from last match or something. Like the Undertaker can come down and assist Goldberg, and then the Undertaker and Brock Lesnar can redo that rivalry again. That was so awesome. And man, there's just so many crazy things that can happen in this match, dude. And the last thing is, the match could actually get booked 50-50. It could go either way, man. But deep down in my heart, I know Lesnar's going to win, because he lost. Like I said, he lost to WrestleMania 20. He is probably he's probably the top heel in WWE right now. So I don't know. He needs to keep his heat alive, and if Lesnar actually loses, it's not going to be a clean win. Goldberg's going to get some help of some sort, man. So that being said, it looks like I have Raw down here to take it. Even though I'm more of a SmackDown fan, but I don't know. The Raw just has a star power. They have the look. They have the it factor that SmackDown just doesn't have. So that being said, this has been your Survivor Series predictions. Watch out for my Survivor Series review later. Like I said, it's been your boy KV, Kid Vicious, Mr. Vicious, whatever you want to call me. I'm out. Salute.